TikTok's not paying anymore, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Less than a year ago, I was making about $1.29 per thousand views. Now I'm making anywhere from 28 cents to 40 cents per thousand views. And my content structure, rollout, none of it's really changed. There was a guy who just came out and said that he's making only 1 cent per thousand views.
Okay, so right now there's this thing going on where a lot of content creators on TikTok are talking about how TikTok isn't paying anymore. So what I'm going to do is give a breakdown from my standpoint of why this is happening. If you don't know, I am Brody from Urban Warrior Survival, a brand that I started. I focus on helping people become more self-reliant. I focus on physical, mental, spiritual, and financial. So if you like that type of content, make sure to stick around and see what I have to offer. So let's get into this video.
And he's got over 15 million followers, and he does millions of views per video. Just back in August, I made $5,000 in August just on TikTok. 5,000. Now I'm barely averaging anywhere from $300 to $400 a month. And I think I know what the problem is. I genuinely think that it's the AI content creators, the AI accounts on here that are clip farming and mining other creators' actual content and work and then repurposing it across dozens of channels. And they are mining money off of the RPM and rewards program from TikTok. And the algorithm's finally just gone, okay, well, then no one is going to get paid.
All right, let me stop him right there. So I believe that he's half right when he says it's from people mining other people's contents, but I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. What ends up happening a lot of times is so first of all, something that I have always said, and I think this is true with pretty much everything in society, anything that goes mainstream gets ruined. TikTok was a way for creators or hopefully creative people to create and be able to draw an audience. People may not realize this because everybody wants to be a content creator, but once upon a time, you were considered a nerd, a geek, a loser if you were a streamer. When YouTube first came about, it was people who had passions. They were playing like Dungeons and Dragons. It was the sci-fi crew. It was people who had it was gamers. It was those type of people who were creating content based upon something that they truly loved. So they were walking into a niche, making content on a niche, and other people who enjoyed that same niche started watching them for the entertainment value or for the educational value, and they started making a lot of money. This is when it was very niche. It was very much of an outsider thing because you have inside the box and outside of the box. This was a very outside of the box way of doing things. Then when mainstream saw this, and when mainstream people started seeing how much money was being made on these platforms, mainstream people was like, I want to get on this too. And this is when you started really kind of seeing the decline of content creating and why it's in such a bad state now. So I'll use numbers to kind of illustrate the point. When social media started, on a scale of like 1 to 9, it was on the uptick. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It hit its peak, and it's past its peak now, but it hit its peak and it was at a 9. So when the mainstream people came in, you started seeing, and remember the halfway point is like 5. So when the mainstream people came in, you started seeing a downtick, 9, 8, 7, 6. So it would still be at like a 7 or a 6. So it's still high, but people don't really understand it's declining. So now what we're seeing is you're seeing everybody trying to finesse the system. So it was one thing when a person was still on there doing little dances or what have you. They were doing dances on social media, getting followings, but they weren't really doing anything different, anything really unique or special. They were just getting an audience. Now people are being even lazier, kind of, sort of, where they're not even putting their face out there. They're using AI. They're using other people's content. So in terms of a grade, when content came out, social media, being an influencer or content creator, it was like grade A. It was very niche, very specific. And now it's down to like a D, because people are making content about things they know nothing about. They're not showing their face, and it's AI. So, all right, let me let him continue.
I think that's what's happened because I've seen the apparently Instagram stop paying on a creator fund in like 2023, but they're not even inviting people into the pay program anymore because they had a pay program they would at least invite you into. And Facebook just changed its whole structure on pay too. Now no one's making money on Facebook. YouTube, I never thought I'd say this in 2026, having to go to YouTube probably here just to actually start remonetizing, and even then, like they're flagging people left and right on YouTube. It's a sinking ship, and I don't know if we should stay on it or just keep using TikTok at least to build our individual platform. I know I'm not the only one this is happening to. To go from, making $5,000 to barely scratching 400. Yeah, man, I think the app is on its last legs, taking a nosedive.
So, yeah, the last thing I'll say about his video is he's talking about if he doesn't know if he should abandon the ship or not. You're going to want to stay on TikTok because it's still a great way to build an audience. The problem with another issue with a lot of people or a lot of content creators is they, being a content creator, a lot of times you're winning a popularity contest. People are getting audiences because of just being on the internet. And they don't understand business. Business needs a infrastructure. Business needs a foundation. I know people who have, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, but it doesn't convert into anything. This is why I've always told people time and time again, like, yo, you need your own website. You need and people hear website. I'm like, look, your website is essentially a platform. It's a small platform. So I have my own website because I do a lot of, again, self-reliant stuff. So I have like my blog over there, my podcast over there. I have the ability to put my videos over there, my merchandise over there, and I control it. Anybody who's in the know knows that power is in ownership. When you're on the internet, what you're doing is you're renting space. It's like renting an apartment. If you think I'm lying, you think because you put your email in, you own it. If you say one thing, you're kicked off. They determine what your visibility is, if people go there or not. So the fact that you can't control how much you get paid, who sees you, your reach, if somebody else controls your ability to get kicked off the platform, yeah, you're renting, you're not owning. When it comes to being online and making a career out of this, power is in ownership. All right, so let's just move on to the next video.
So let me tell y'all something right now. TikTok got the game messed up. I'm not going to be doing no more contents. I'm not going to be telling none of my stories, none of my life journeys, none of that mess. Because you know why? TikTok don't want to pay nobody. They want to give you a few cents. See, since the USA took over TikTok, they're not paying us content creators. They're not. They should have let the other people keep it because they were paying us. But now, they're not paying us. They're not paying us shit. And TikTok, I hope the hell you see this shit. I hope the hell y'all run this shit and scan it. Because I'm not doing nothing else for y'all ass. Nothing.
Let me stop it right here and let me give her a better expression.
I mean what I say, because y'all don't want to pay no damn body like the fuck.
Okay, so when she says that TikTok doesn't want to pay anybody no more, it's paying some people. It's paying people who are on TikTok Shop. But what it is they're probably not letting people get easy money no more, or cheap money anymore. Again, it gets down to the point to where, yeah, I get it. A lot of people, and it sucks that a lot of people were just jumping online and making money. But at the end of the day, there's this word when in business it's called value. There's going to be people who are going to say entertainment is value. But look, let's look at it in terms of grades. A, B, C, D, E. If I'm sitting here telling you how to build a business versus somebody who's just rambling online, you can't act like both of us are at an A. The value to your actual life of me showing you how to run a business would be like, and be self-reliant would be higher tier, while a person just doing dances would be lower tier. Like, yeah, it helps you. The dances would help you pass the time, but it's not as impactful as higher tier content. And I say that because when you look at a lot of the content that is on TikTok, it's not really good content. There's some people who make really good content. There's more people who don't make really good content at all. For every Dylan page that's out there, you have a lot of people who just sit around doing nothing. And unfortunately, TikTok is throwing the baby out with the bathwater because it doesn't have the ability to go to everybody's profile and seeing what you're doing and saying, I'm going to get rid of this person, I'm going to get rid of this person, I'm not going to pay this person, I'm going to keep this person and this person. So they just made a rule across the board saying, all right, y'all are finessing, y'all are using this AI content, you are doing all this and you're just scamming free money. And not to mention, we want to push more TikTok Shop. So we want to kind of incentivize you to do more stuff on TikTok Shop by reducing the ability to just make short form content and make money. So yeah, they don't want to pay anybody no more. Partially true. They don't want to pay people for sitting around doing nothing without any real focus. And because there are certain niches that are still very profitable, but those people are going to just keep that to themselves because like I said before, one of the rules that I've always learned, anything that goes mainstream gets ruined. If you tell everybody and everybody comes running in, your niche is probably going to be destroyed.
Who the fuck raised y'all? Who the fuck raised y'all? We take our damn time and we go through so much to create content with editing and all kind of shit. And y'all talking about y'all don't want to pay no damn body. Y'all want to give some damn body pennies and shit for videos and shit. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. When you start paying me, when you start back paying me what I've been making, then you'll get some more content. Until then, I ain't fucking with you. I'm going over there to the Blue app. I ain't fucking with you, TT. I ain't fucking with you, TikTok. I ain't fucking with you. Tell you that shit now. I ain't fucking with you. I don't care what the rest do. They can go ahead and get them little pennies if they want to. I want the damn money y'all been paying me. Because who the fuck y'all think I am? The fuck? Yeah, I said it. And it's Sunday morning and I mean it. Trying to stop cursing. Y'all got me cursing on the damn Sunday. Start paying me back my damn money I've been making. You'll get more content. Until then, I'm going over there to the Blue app. Because they want to pay me. The fuck you think I am?
Yeah, so this just goes to show this is a lesson in business where do not put all your eggs in somebody else's basket. You get the good, and I understand the rule of survival, the path of least resistance. It's people want to do the least while getting the most. Totally understandable. I'm not saying that anybody should always have to break their back to create content, but what people do need to realize is sometimes the best road is the road less traveled. So just because a road seems like it's an easier road doesn't mean what's waiting at the end is a better road. So because people just jumped on TikTok, really didn't post, and I'm not saying this for her, I'm generally speaking, but because I don't know the rest of her content, but a lot of people weren't really posting like any type of focused content. They were just jumping online because we all know you're lying if you say you didn't hear people say this. A lot of people were saying just jump online and start posting. They do that on YouTube too. You get on these platforms and you just start dumping content without any clear direction. And if you get lucky and get some money, a person's like, look at me, I made it. That's going down a path, but that's an easy path, but it's not necessarily the best path. When you lock in and you focus your content and you also know like ad revenue is like the baseline when it comes down to generating an income. When I do this, it's like, yeah, I would love to have ad revenue. However, I also do things like develop and design websites and graphics and video editing. So I'm hoping to also get clients for my other services. This is, I do prepping, I do martial arts, I do fitness. So I'm putting it all together and helping people become self-reliant. The content online, like the videos, should help with ad revenue as long with the podcast. But I'm also hoping to get more income by getting more clients for web development, web design, graphic design, video editing. So I'm diversifying and having more income streams. This is something that every content creator really needs to do, especially if you're sitting back trying to do this as a career. And all of this needs to be done in a way to where you own everything. And this is partially why I help people with websites, because it's not just a website. I consider it your survival hub. It's something that can't be taken away from you. All right, I'm going to go through one more video.
TikTok is not paying creators how they used to. And I'm dead not surprised. We already knew once China sold out, we was not going to get paid because America hates seeing us live easy. We were making livable wages off of TikTok alone. And I'm honestly happy that I found my niche and other things besides TikTok to make money through TikTok. Because if I was just relying on my views and regular videos to make me money, I was not going to make any money through here. And the only reason why I still post on this app is because I still get brand deals and I still get wig deals and wig promos to post on this app. I went from making $5,000, $6,000 a month on this app to making $800, $900, posting the same videos, same content, same everything. And I don't post as much because TikTok has been limiting a lot of things that you can say. I had so many videos taken down for just stupid shit. So truth be told, now I just be posting on TikTok for fun. I post everything on Instagram. I still make my money through TikTok commissions on TikTok Shop. But my goal for my TikToks from last year was to get paid to travel and to promote Airbnbs and just do promo videos for where I stay and for hotels and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to get paid to travel. And I wanted to get paid through hosting events, and I did both of that last year. I got paid from Lyft and DoorDash to host my very first barbecue. And I was flown out to DR and I was able to take 12 supporters with me. Now it's January, first month of 2026, and I'm being flown out to Tulum literally on Wednesday just to do a promo for an Airbnb flight and stay covered. So I do not advise you to stop posting on here because you never know who's watching. But if you're expecting to get paid from them views, trust me, it's not like that anymore. Coming from someone who has 800K on this page and 32K on another page. TikTok is not paying creators.
Okay. So yeah, she is a prime example of somebody who's still being able to have success because she has diversified income streams. She got everything rocking and rolling on TikTok, and then it branched out into other things. This is why you definitely got to be able to diversify your income stream. This is why, and she says it's for wigs. So this would essentially be her niche, and it's allowed her to blossom into other things. The final takeaway with this is, yeah, TikTok isn't necessarily paying creators anymore, but anybody who's familiar with the tech game, who's familiar with these platforms, know that rules change all the time. There's always a new kid on the block. There's always a new platform. There's always new rules. There's always new algorithms. And if a person really understands this, from the moment you start making content, you should start creating an escape route. Whenever you go into something, you need to know where the exit is. So have a focused plan. Being a content creator for a career is more of a marathon than it is a short-term sprint. And when you're running the marathon, you need to know what the path is, meaning you should have focus on your content, focused content. You know where the finish line is. How much money do you want to make? What do you want to get out of it? Do you want to get a house? Do you want to pay off your debt? What type of content are you making that's allowing you to be focused on a specific path? Are you diversifying your income streams, not putting all of your eggs in one platform's basket? Do you own your online presence? Again, like with a website, which is your online survival hub. It's something that can't be taken away from you. Are you collecting emails? Are you selling digital products? Are you selling merchandise? Do you have courses? You want to carve out your own corner on this online thing? It's straight tortoise in the hare. There's quick money, and we all want the quick money. We all want to go online that one time, and then we just have a hit, and then we do great, and we can call it a career. But the reality of it is tortoise in the hare. Be the tortoise. Just don't take 10 years to do this. But lock in, find your own corner, do what you're supposed to do, take one step after the other, and once you build your audience, you're going to realize that it is definitely quality over quantity. You can have all the subscribers in the world, but if it's not converting into views or courses or donations or anything that's financially relevant, then you're just winning the popularity contest. So it's quality over quantity. With that being said, this is my first reaction video like this. Let me know how I did in the comment section below. Also, Like I said, I started Urban Warrior Survival to help people become more self-reliant. So if you are a business or a content creator or anybody who wants to start working for themselves and controlling their own income, click the link below. Check out my website linked in one of the corners at urbanwarriorsurvival.com. Get my free ebook, How to Escape the Matrix, and join my email newsletter where I help people become more self-reliant physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And I give out a lot more content, and I'm there on Discord as well. So if you like this type of content and you want to help support the channel, I am not yet monetized. You can Cash App or join my Patreon. Both of the links are in my description section. Until next time, I'll be back later with more. This is Brody from Urban Warrior Survival signing out. Peace.